So before you start talking to her, Des. Why?
Because candy corn's amazing. That's
Oh no,
why.
I have nothing wrong. I have no problem with candy corn. I'm just wondering why she ate a ton of it. That's
Well,
never a good idea.
apparently my husband's divorcing me for liking candy corn. Apparently that's what he just said. Right?
Oh, son of a
Well,
bitch.
Des, I guess I'm single now, so.
I have to go
Right
remorph my
on.
orb. Damn it. Yeah, my ball is wrong. Damn it! I don't think like you people!
You people.
God damn it! Yeah, you're all of you. Glad I checked it.
Alright. As soon as Trish graces us with party.
She is in party.
What's up, dude?
Alright. She is in party.
Yes, all 12 people are in party.
Alright. So, real quick, everyone, go ahead and bear with me. Do what you gotta do. Pour it in when you're ready to go. Respec, check your gear. Do everything by the book. If you are a vampire and you're not a tank, like, drop that shit all the way down. Like, fuck that recovery. Get rid of it. If you need Bloody Morrows, say something. Like, I'll reimburse everybody for any expenses that they have because of tonight's run. Like, get that shit done. Alright, so I have gone through and messaged just about everybody in this group about one thing or another. If I failed to mention it to anybody, we are going to be doing +2 tonight. As y'all know, Uncle Levant is not here, so Daddy wants to spoil all of you. And we're going to do something different.
That didn't sound dirty.
Yes, I have a banker. Alright, so we're going to do things completely different tonight. And it is my goal that we get this shit done tonight. That's the plan. No fucking around, no bullshit, no horseplay. I want us focused and relaxed and get this job done. So here's what I got so far. In place of Levant, Drucifer has offered to come in and be our sub. So everyone take a moment to mentally, not verbally, appreciate him for coming in. He is going to be a second interrupter. This will give us an extra safety net if for any reason Sporty drops. Then hopefully that will help cover our ass. Likewise, I have Lucas running Crushing Shock, and I do as well, to cover the oppressive bolt concern. Now, here's where it's going to get interesting. After all the runs we have done, I've concluded that there's a few things that tend to get us hung up more than others. One is support roles dying. Shit happens. I've worked with Lucas some. Vamp's been always very vigilant about her job as front kiter, and I really didn't feel that I had to put too much concern in that regard. I've worked with Death, and I'm probably going to make a call here. Death, instead of me repositioning Lothus, I want to see if you can't do it. I get the idea of what Levant was going for, and while I do agree with a lot of what he says, I want to try going a different route this time. If you hold aggro, and if he teleports to one of the closest sides to Olms, do what you can to reposition him. Here is the most important thing. You cannot die. I would rather sacrifice burn, and I know how horrendous and blasphemous that sounds. But death, I need you to stay alive. Because anytime any one of the supports goes down, it is a bad day for everybody, and it puts us horribly behind. Next, this is relevant to the DPS, and I need y'all to listen very closely. When Felm spawns, everybody except for interrupters hard focuses Felms to 50% and then goes back to Olms. I am debating on whether or not having Aubrey and Trisha continue to hard focus Felms, but we're going to see after this initial pull. The other thing that gets us every time is when a mini enrages. Now, yes, we are doing +2. Again, I want this to be the night that we walk away with a win. Now, whenever a mini enrages, we are up shit's creek. Out of the two, Felms is the worst. Lothus is problematic if he doesn't get interrupted. If you can stay on top of the interrupts, him being enraged doesn't hurt as bad. Now, I've asked all the DPS to have a 20k health minimum, and I've asked you all to put on Ice Heart. What about Slime Crawl, you ask? As was previously mentioned, yes, we are all probably going to lose our Minor Berserk. However, I promise you this, have absolute confidence in me, that if people... Like right now, to be absolutely fair, I actually forgot to direct message you, Sid, so you get a pass, but that sucks, buddy. Like, I don't know how you don't have Ice Heart, but that really sucks. Anyway. I'm just surprised you don't naturally have it, to be honest with you. I'm not gonna guilt you at this point or anything of the sort. Just do your best to stay alive. The whole reason that I am choosing for everyone to be an Ice Heart over Slime Crawl is while we would get Minor Berserk from Slime Crawl, I promise you this, we have more DPS if everyone just stays the fuck alive. That's fine. That works by me, Sid. So, the name of this game is Stay Alive. I have Lucas and Gosmere to give all of you wonderful people major evasion, as most of the damage in this entire trial is area of effect. Yes. Beloved Ramondus is for the protectors, because we cannot get Alkosh to all but one of them. The more time we spend on protectors, the worse it is. Because I've made the mention before for everyone to DPS the protectors from their lanes if able, or from the furthest range. It is a natural instinct to try to get up on it. If you happen to have infused staff, that's fine. Honestly, I'm not too worried about the min-max on staff trade, believe it or not. Right now, I just want to change the game, change the entire strat, and give it a run. Now, the downside to this idea... I appreciate that, Sid. The downside to this is that we will probably be killing the minis faster, which means we're going to see them more times. While this sounds like a bad thing, what I am opting for is to try to turn this into a slow burn fight. There is no enrage mechanic on Olds. None. We don't get penalized whatsoever if this run takes an hour or 2 hours. It could last 5 minutes to 5 hours. Olms isn't going to give a fuck. The only enrage mechanics that we have to worry about are the minis. Now, we haven't had much of an issue with Burn on Lothus. With me having Drew as a second interrupter, it's going to put a little bit of additional hard focus on Lothus. So even if we have a misstep, Lothus should be covered. And again, as soon as Felms comes out, I want him dropped to 50 when he is on Olms. Otherwise, stay on Olms whenever he's in the middle of his jumps, unless directed otherwise. Anytime I call for a hard focus on Olms or Felms, Sporty and Drew, beyond all else, if Lothus is up, your top priority is to make sure to get those interrupts. Now, if Lothus is down, feel free to hard focus whatever needs hard focusing, whether it's a protector, whether it's Olms, maybe even Felms. Felms should not be an issue. Again, we're probably going to be pushing Felms quicker than what we really should. But the worst case scenario with that is, what happens if we line up the minis to happen at the same time? And in this scenario, I still think that we will be just fine, because we're still following the premise of pushing him to 50 first, and then resuming on with life. Because it is far easier for us to focus him right out the gate and get him ahead of schedule than it is for us to say, hey, we only got 45 seconds left, he's at 80% health. Try to catch up. By us pushing him at the start, we have the leeway for a little bit of mistakes. However, this whole run, I need everyone on their A game. I need comms cleared of anything other than essential communication. Protectors, like a protector spawn and where they're spawning at, essential. Colossus, somebody please check the roster and type in group chat how many Necros we have. I know we should have at least 2. As for everybody, if you're in any other gear set other than False Gods, and you can wear False Gods, I ask that you do so. Because I don't know what you've had to do to reach the 20k, but sustain might hurt a little bit because of the changes you've made. At this point, I would rather you do heavy attacks and more or less cope for the sake of you guys staying alive. Now, as far as execute goes, you can survive a shot, provided that you have done, as I said, and removed all vamp stage if you are a vampire, and you're not in the middle of those AoEs. If we get to execute and you find yourself in the middle, wherever have you, your life's mission is to shield and block until you know you're okay. Again, staying alive is top priority here. With Lucas and Gossamer, that should mitigate about 25% of that damage. If you don't have a shield on your bar, put one on now. I don't give a fuck about inner light if it happens to be there. Our score to beat with +2 is 66%. I want to see if we can go from 66 to 0. Now, does anyone have any questions, comments, or concerns? Vamp, I know you tend to run our damage sets. I would like for you to keep those on Olms, like as much of those debuffs as possible. With everyone swapped over to Lover, we should be flying through the protectors faster. And once again, I will say this: if a protector is up, try to range it down. All DPS should keep all AoEs on Olms and the minis. Only single target the protectors, and do it from your lane when possible. If it's not possible, do it from the furthest distance possible. Next, Lucas is really good about calling out Olo. Whenever we get done with a kite, each DPS's job should be to go to the Olo, which should be placed on the tail, pick that shit up, get back to your lane. Whenever we're not in the middle of some sort of mechanic, try to hang tight to Olms. I've talked with Lucas and seen to having potentially 2 HOTS directed, or at least 1 to each side, so that way you will have a little bit of extra healing support. Likewise, I have him in Troll King. He shall have Altar Down. I have put on Earthbore. I have asked Death to do so as well. Vamp, you are front kite, so you do whatever it is that you need to do to stay alive. Now, is there anything that anyone can think of that I might have missed in this talk? On a serious note, like, I know we like to be happy-go-lucky, but for this one, I want to say that let's do each of each other a favor and do this right. Lucas, yes, I want you to try to catch 2 of his jobs to make Vamp's life significantly easier.
I'm at 2 in general. If we get our position right and I'm all the way in the back against the wall and our position's right, then he won't jump a 3rd time.
Honestly,
he will jump to me a 3rd time. If it doesn't work, he'll still jump to me, so.
Not the highest priority for me, admittedly. You do have quite a bit of space to work with and maneuver, as long as you're keeping it away from the group in general. Likewise, I need you to understand the importance of your role of being like a substitute interrupter. Particularly whenever he jumps to the back and instantly goes into an impressive bolt, find time for you to hit him with a crushing shock, because whenever he's in those back 2 corners, it's hard for me to hit him as well. And depending on where he was previously at, Drew and Sporty might not have their camera pointed conveniently to where they can instantly get that interrupt. Again, with this method in mind, I don't see minis enraging being an issue, but we have to prepare for that. If at some point I think that we need to have 2 DPS hard targeting films the entire way, Trish and Aubrey, you 2 will be my people.
Got it.
Again, I'm doing all this in mind for the sake of getting the clear. We've all been in here a lot. Some of us have been in multiple groups trying to do this shit. It's right before the holidays. Even if we don't complete, I want this to be an amazing run. So again, if you make a mistake and you want to share with your partner to let them know that you made a mistake, just say sorry. Don't try to go into too much conversation about it. If they don't know who your voice belongs to, let them suffer in silence. Biggest key is that we are all focused on what needs to get done. If somebody happens to die, rezzing takes top priority. The longer they stay down, the more DPS we've lost. If front kiter goes down, SIP is number 1 to go in. After that, it's kind of a foobar situation. Same lanes for everybody except for Drew. You are taking lane 5 in place of Levant, and rightfully so, as your job as interrupter. Alright, so before we go in there, everybody take one last minute to look at everything over. Make sure you are set and ready to go. It is my hope that this might be an overly long pull, but at the end of it, our biggest concern is making sure we have our poses right for the picture that we'll take after 12 people get skipped. And while this isn't the ideal method that Levant would prefer being seen done, and that admittedly is not a meta strat, if we pull this off, we pulled it off. And then we can come back in and get better at it. I don't understand, Sip. Hey, I can send you a list of books. That'd be really good to read in regards to that. But in a sense, yeah, visualize the win. The last big thing is don't get too tight about anything. Relax and just do things right. Before we go in, Death, get your timer and make sure that your phone will not go to sleep for like the next 30 minutes. You will find the timer in the Asylum channel. Let me know when you have your timer ready.
I haven't heard it specifically said, and I almost forgot. CP?
Last minute check. Check your CP. At the end of the night, I want everyone to be able to say that they have beat Voss hard mode. Let's not ruin it by something as simple as you did a run on that tune 2 days ago and forgot to check.
This is no test. Set has forsaken us.
Likewise, if you have the skeleton polymorph, it is not a bad thing to do whatsoever. Supposedly helps. I believe it. I will go through the trouble of actually doing it myself, because every little thing that might help, I'm willing to do it right now. When you are ready, stack on the door. Death, I will need you to unmute and confirm that you have your timer set and ready.
For it.
Death, oh Death, where are you?
I'm here.
Do you have your timer set?
Looking for it.
It is in the Asylum channel.
Asylum. Try that out.
And somebody has their Vanker out.
Oh, here you go. Fuck, it's right there, right in my face. Can I see it? Oh, that's not it. This one is.
Likewise,
That one?
if you know, yep, that one. Now go ahead and get it reset.
Okay,
X
hold
out of it, back in. Likewise, if you see the boss, preferably Sip, Lucas, Vamp. If you see the boss is coming up on a jump point, try to call it out. DPS. If for some reason you get caught unaware and he starts to jump, run towards the tank and towards your side. Get out from under his ass. This should not happen because what I'm asking of everybody here is to be aware. Watch what's going on. Do not get stuck dummy humping in the middle of a trial. It is
on.
your
Sid,
job
use
to
your
keep
damn
yourself
words.
alive.
Holy shit.
Okay. What? What you say?
Sid spazzing over the fucking path is pissing me off at this point. Say it.
Honestly, I'm not going to get too bent about that little pet. I know. Ideally, if you want to go that route, please drop the pet. But let's not make a big deal out of it. Again, I need everyone's head in the game right now. Stack on the door when you are ready. When everyone is stacked, we will go. Going in 3, 2, 1. Death, I'll give the call out when everyone is stacked on the other side. As soon as we are, we're going for it. I have first Warhorn. DPS side stack up immediately.
No, but this I'm lagging hard again.
Thank you for the warning. Alright, this side is stacked up whenever you guys are ready, Death.
Holding. 3, 2, 1.
Warhorn 2, 1. DPS, also remember to grab charge lightnings when you see them. %. 91. Jumping. When jump ends, get in and get ready for a kite. Drew, lane 5.
Yes.
Kite.
Ditch entrance.
Good job. Very good job.
Wall
Focus protector from your lanes if able, from a distance, guys. Remember, we're keeping AoEs on Olms and Minis. Lothus is up. Druin Sporty. He's yours to babysit now.
What? No, I'm gonna wait.
I am currently in position to get bash. All DPS, make sure you're getting your AoEs to hit the many.
Like,
Colossus.
Hello, Warhorn.
We have a body down, somebody please go get her. In position for a bash.
The protector up.
Warhorn 2, 1.
Polo.
Off tank down. One of the interrupters are down.
Getting Drew.
Watch that speed. Sorry, guys. Oh, there you got it.
Thank you, Sip.
Polo.
Do you still have Lothus staff?
Yeah.
Polo.
Kite. Protector under boss. In position for bash.
Ooh, watch the speed, guys. Watch for breath.
Warhorn. Polo on the altar.
I lost him, I think. Oh, I still got him.
No, you lost him.
No, I lost him.
Bringing him back. Get the interrupts.
You still got 30 seconds.
Polo on altar.
30 seconds on Lothus till enrage. Death.
Yeah.
Go to hard focus on Lothus.
Ten seconds.
Drop Colossus.
Tetra exit. 4% to jump.
Lothus down.
Down.
Olo in mid.
Ohms is at 79%. Kite. I have Warhorn after Kite.
I know, honey, I'm really pinched off over here.
No. Drew, you need to be on the other side. If if Lothus lines up on the other side, leave it to Sporty. Ohms is at 77. Everyone be ready for a jump after Protector. Warhorn 2-1. If you can afford to, DPS them during the jump.
Amy's up.
Were you able to get them, Death?
Yeah, I got him.
Silver.
Alright, Felms is up. Everyone hard focus Felms when he is on Ohms.
Jump one.
Interrupt.
Olo in
Okay.
mid. Jump one. Olo on altar.
Everybody hard focusing Felms.
One minute and a half.
Jump one.
I took
You
Ohms.
aggro. You aggro. Turn around.
Yep.
I think I lost this guy. I lost him. I'm dead.
Off tank down.
Both tanks are dead.
If you happen to have a mini on you, bring them to Ohms.
Back height down.
Oh. What? Oh, the game. Step on that shit.
Felms is gonna jump.
Not a good go right now. Go ahead and wipe it up. Build ultimate while you're still alive. Do not prolong the death, though. I'd rather get back into it and get a clean pull. Like, if there's a spit laying nearby somewhere handy, go ahead and step in it. Death, go ahead and reset your alarm.
Yes.
And stack back up.
I might, I may interrupt real quick. I'm gonna try exiting my app because I'm fucking skipping and I'm gonna bash my fucking TV in a second.
That's fine. We will be
Like,
starting the pool without you, but you do what you have to do to try to clear that up, okay? Another thing that I might recommend is dropping your resolution down if you are able to.
Is that in like the options?
Yes. Should be in PlayStation options.
Oh, PlayStation options. You know, you guys know what I mean? Like, it's skipping.
Yeah,
like,
no. I understand, man. Your internet is not the best.
And I don't want to bring you guys down with my fucking internet right now.
Alright, I do need just 1 second. Jaren, have you closed app yet? Silver. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
that was Silver.
Can you give me a secret? Oh shit, I forgot how to shoot.
Now Silver has bad internet too? Right on. Ah. Alright. We will be starting the pool without you. I promise you, you'll have plenty of time to get back in here. Alright. Death, we are stacked on this side. So when you and Vamp are ready, it's on you.
Pulling in 3, 2, 1. She's always ready.
Bullhorn 2, 1. %. 92, 91.
Jumping.
Get ready for kite as soon as he lands.
force is lightning. How it burns.
Hey, he breath. I got Warhorn. Warhorn.
Pull on altar.
Pulling him back for you, Death.
Yep.
Protector
Looking for him.
entrance.
Polo.
Ah, his motherfucker jumped right when I fucking ended fire.
Polo.
I don't got him.
Bringing him back. Protector
Oh, I
exit.
got him.
Polo.
Off tank down.
Polo.
Why would you do that?
Get ready for breath
Okay.
or any other shenanigans of him being turned around. Death, do you still have Lothus?
Not sure. He's coming. I got him.
Looks about right to me.
Polo on altar.
Warhorn 2-1. Alright, man, if you just have to make it through
Polo.
about 6%, and he'll move.
Protector back mid.
Kite.
Polo.
4% to jump.
Bullhorn.
Lothus down. 98%, 97. Get ready for a jump, guys.
Polo.
Kite.
Jump probably after that jump. After that kite. Yep.
Jumping. Protector
Protector
entrance.
Polo on altar.
Felms is out. Everybody hard focus Felms
Polo.
until he is 50%.
Jump one.
Interrupt.
Felms is coming back. Hard focus him.
Warhorn. Polo. Jump one.
Kite.
I lost him.
Jump one.
Bringing him back. You'll have to get him from there.
Protector entrance.
I got him.
We are still hard focusing Felms. Aubrey and Trish, you will be hard targeting him all the way.
Polo's out.
Got it.
Jump one.
So you want me ignoring protectors?
whenever Felms is on Olms, target him.
Got it.
1 minute.
By the way, we are all still on hard focus Felms
Solo.
because we are behind.
Warhorn.
Death, have you gotten Felm or Lothus yet?
Yes, I got him. He should be coming
Jump
over
one.
here. So. Nope, I lost him. I'll go yours, I think.
Shit.
Jump.
I got him. 30 seconds.
Take Olms back.
Yep. It's still on you. Ten seconds.
Still hard targeting Felms.
Jump.
Felms is about to enrage. We're gonna have to kill him. Interruptors stay on top of Lothus because he's enraged too.
Jump one. Back heights down.
I'm down.
We have 2 enraged minis.
I can get up.
Off tank down.
I'm down.
Back height down.
Fine, get me up, but for some reason it don't let me get up.
At this point, go ahead and wipe it. It's still too sloppy.
I froze. My game froze.
Close your app. Come back.
You're back.
I have 2 people focusing Lothus, when before we only had 1, and we didn't have anybody focusing Felms. Whereas now everyone should be hard focusing until 50%. There's no reason why we should have both minis enraging. With everyone supposed to be on Felms, he stayed behind the entire time. Likewise, Death. I need you to do everything that you can to keep hold of Lothus.
Yep.
Good man.
Which one am I hard targeting?
I hard target him. You know how you press R3
Yes.
and I in the fire him, but once he jump over there, I think and he start getting DPS. I lost the aggro.
Lothus will get stuck in his animations for say cone. So you have to refresh it right as he jumps. Like if it's anytime after, there's a good chance that that your taunt will run off before he makes it all the way back. Aubrey, you and Trisha are hard targeting Felms.
Don't, thank you.
Alright, once again we will be starting the pool once everyone is stacked up. Alright, this side is good, Death. On you, and I have Warhorn.
Bob, you ready? Bob is not moving.
Wait for Vamp.
There you go, she's there. Pulling in 3, 2, 1.
Warhorn 2, 1. 92%. 91. Jumping. Be ready for kite.
I am bound by a god's hand. Yours will
Olo's out. Protector exit.
Bring
Olo
Lothus
on
back.
altar.
Death, he is in the middle of cone if you can grab him.
Yep. I'm looking for him.
Right side.
Olo.
I got him.
Good deal.
Olo. Tetra exit.
Kite. In position.
Olo.
Only interrupters are targeting Lothus.
Colossus.
Oh,
In position.
sorry, Bomb.
Olo.
Warhorn 2-1. Kite. Protector exit.
He's coming to me.
Somebody gets silver, he has made it into the instance.
Olo's out.
Protector on boss. Kite.
Olo.
In position. Time remaining
your
on
mid back.
Lothus.
50 seconds.
Olo. Warhorn.
Colossus.
Lothus down.
Olo. Kite. Protector front or entrance.
Warhorn 2-1.
Olo. Protector exit.
77%. After Protector, get ready for a jump.
Coming up. I got him.
Kite.
Somebody interrupt.
Try to position him during jump death.
Yep.
If not, sooner.
Oh, he got in position himself.
Good deal. In position.
Ooh. Watch your breath.
Jumping. Kite.
Olo. Kite. Protector exit. Olo. Warhorn.
DPS, make sure all AoEs are hitting both minis.
Jump one.
Oh shit! Ski. Almost. Dante. Got a circle in there.
In position.
Bolo.
Bullhorn 2-1.
Watch for breath, guys.
Jump one. Bolo. Jump.
Oh my.
Bolo.
Main tank is down.
Jump.
I have become the butcher's blade.
Bolo.
Vamp, if you can place heals on this
10
poison.
seconds.
Jump.
Need an interrupt. Off tank down. Front kite down. I need somebody to go up there and access front kite. Do not try to get the res until after he spits.
I'm down.
That's probably gonna be a bit wide.
Telling us to wipe her.
I'm saying it's probably going to be one. At this point. Yep, go ahead and wipe.